Treasury Inflation-Protected Securities. These are U.S. Treasury bonds that give you a little bit of a yield and an inflation adjustment for whatever CPI is. So if you think you have a $10,000 in tips, inflation's 3% for the year, you get a 1% rate of return on that, or let's say the yield is 1.5% for the tip, which is, again, they're usually Treasury Inflation-Protected Securities are going to usually have a lower yield than a regular treasury because you also get the inflation bump up. So if inflation's 3 and your coupon or your yield was 1.5, now you're at 4.5%. So your value adjusts higher. Your 10,000 now is 10,300 after the 3% CPI. And these are treasuries, so they're highly safe. You're just gambling, usually getting a lower rate, banking that there's going to be inflation. You can buy these directly. They come in 5 and 10 and 30-year maturities if you're going to buy actual tips. And I think you've got to go to Treasury Direct to do that. But there are also lots of ETFs or funds that do this for you. So you can just buy a tip-related bond ETF, and it's doing that for you. Now, if you look at a tip ETF versus the general market on total or the overall bond market, think the Barclays Aggregate Bond Index, they look pretty darn similar on a total return basis.